Well, all I can say is thank you, and those words were over the top. I'd like to say that I actually hope my lovely wife Carol recorded them for our 3 children. They still don't believe that Daddy does anything well, but at least I'd be able to play it back to them in hopes that they still think I didn't do anything well. But it'd be nice to have. First, let me say that being here with Becky Quick is really exciting for me. I watch her virtually every morning. I've been on the show, and she's just amazing. So that's very exciting. Second, let me say that this is a terrific honor because Noel, what you do, and Archie and the board of the Foreign Policy Association, and what the Foreign Policy Association does is so tremendously important for our world. We live in troubled times I hope will continue to get better, but the study, the focus, the comment, the thoughtfulness that you provide to the world scene is of enormous importance, and of course to our nation. Paul, what can I say? I have been a fan of yours, an acolyte for many years. You are, to get an award from you and have you say such nice words is truly moving for me. There are few people in our nation that have done more for the well-being of our country and global financial stability and the well-being of our global citizens than Paul Volcker. He's the ultimate public servant. So Paul, it's a deep honor to share this podium with you. And Karen Peets, Karen, you are the banker's banker. Your high degree of integrity, your thoughtfulness, your leadership in philanthropy, your leadership in terms of a high integrity and quality industry is well known and deeply respected, not just by me, by your colleagues and even the regulatory community. You really are a force for good and an example of what's best about banking and finance. Finally, I want to say a word about my team at Promontory. I have been so honored to work with so many men and women around the world, and many in this room tonight, of such high qualities, high intelligence, high integrity. They even make me look good. Believe me, I wouldn't be here tonight without them and their support and their enormous ability. I also want to say that my wonderful wife Carol is here, and also, believe me, I would not be here able to accept this award without her support. And a medical doctor might say, Glenn, from Columbia University. So we're trying to support the crowd. I did want to say 3 additional things, and I'd actually was going to read in monotone my hour and 45-minute talk, which anybody who would like to hear that, I'm really pleased to do it. But I thought, in the interest of time, I'd cut down. I did want to say 3 things. Finance is now being viewed, unfortunately, as a necessary evil, at best. And we find our financial executives around the world criticized to a degree that at least hasn't been true in my lifetime. This is a terrible mistake. Finance is really an engine for growth and good. It is not just it's a necessary component, but an enormously powerful component for globalization and global well-being. In that regard, the second thing I want to say is that right now, sort of like during the Depression era, when people get scared, they withdraw, they point fingers, they blame. And we saw Smoot-Hawley, what that did to this country. We're seeing around the world a tendency towards things like ring fencing and other kind of nationally focused as opposed to globally focused developments. This is dangerous. And the Foreign Policy Association, which is so much adherence to globalization, is an enormously important force in trying to push against those human tendencies to basically withdraw into oneself. The third thing I want to say, in terms of an example of the good of finance and the importance of globalization, what technology and finance has been able to do in our lifetime, I want to say a word about the Grameen Bank. In 1979, within our lifetime, a professor in Bangladesh who had come from East Tennessee University when he was sort of able to get an education here, a fellow by the name of Muhammad Yunus, decided to give $27 in loans to a bunch of basket weavers. And he started the concept of being able to make microcredit loans to transform people's lives. This phenomenon has become a global development. Grameen Bank itself has taken tens of millions of people out of poverty. The copiers of Grameen Bank have taken hundreds of millions of our world citizens out of poverty. A great example of what finance can do, the power of finance to change our world for good and a global trend. On the other hand, what's happening right now in Bangladesh is that the corrupt government of Bangladesh today, of Sheikh Hasina, is trying to seize the bank. This is a Nobel Prize winner. One of the only people in the whole world has won the Nobel Peace Prize, the Congressional Medal of Freedom, and the Presidential Medal. Seize the bank, and this is a terrible thing. I myself have worked with a number of folks you saw in the video, to write letters to international bodies to try to reverse this trend. I would encourage everybody in this room and the Foreign Policy Association to take a hard look at what's going on with regard to Yunus in Bangladesh, because the seizure of this institution for personal gain is really one of the tragedies that we live with in this world, this push against good finance. So in any case, it's been a great honor to be with you this evening. Undeserving but greatly appreciative. Thank you all very, very much.